Hello everybody, Shelly here, and today I thought I would do a dupe video. I have the Huda Beauty, this is called the Rose Gold palette remastered, and I've heard it was a dupe for the CColor Cosmetics Nightfall, or vice versa. I heard Nightfall was the dupe of the Huda Beauty palette. So I figured let's just try it. This one says 18 color eyeshadow rose gold. And I've loved this palette. I've used this quite a bit. I recently got this one in a Huda Beauty mystery bundle. I've got a video on that in case you're at all interested. So let's just see what this one looks like. Oh yeah, so this one's unsullied, and this one's the one that I've used before. So let's take a look here. Yeah, they are laid out identical. They certainly look like they're the same palette. So let's do a little comparison contrast. I'm gonna keep the Huda Beauty on my my non-wedding ring side, and we'll use the other one. I'm gonna try to use the same brushes. I'll do a color switch in between. Let's just do a little compare and contrast and see if they're really the same palette. I'm gonna have a hard time reading this because I don't have my reading glasses on, but I'm gonna use that one as my like transition shade. I think it says Demure. So how are you guys doing? Everybody doing good? Okay, I did not put any eyelid primer on, just in case you were curious. I'm gonna go in with the same shade on the other side. The one on the CColor Cosmetics is not labeled. So even though it's not labeled, it does seem to be roughly the same shade. First color down. Let's go in with something a little different here. Do you guys like these dupe videos? I mean, that's probably why you're here. I almost want to do something a little bit more colorful. I'm going to take this bright fuchsia matte in here called Dollface. And I should probably use a smaller brush. Okay, we're going to take Dollface on my movable lid. I would say that this look that I'm going to try to do today is probably a little bit more fun, daytime, maybe even date night, not necessarily a work look, unless you live in a super creative environment. Now, I'm saying that for ladies of a certain age. If you're young and can get away with being a little shocking, then knock yourself out. Okay, slight bit of patchiness. Probably should have used an eyelid primer. I know that sometimes these highly pigmented, darker mattes are hard to formulate, and so you do get a little patchiness, but I think I've got it built up to kind of where I want it to be. So color switch this and go into the same shade over here on the CColor Cosmetics side. And just for safe measure, even though I've color switched them, I did flip the brush over just in case there's any kind of residual. So the CColor Cosmetics side is made in the PRC. I personally don't have a code with CColor Cosmetics, but there are those out there, just not with me and my channel. I'm going to color switch this and go back over to the Huda is made in, hold on, okay. Some of the Huda says it's made in Italy, some of it says it's made in France. So I guess it's like a choose your own adventure. No, it actually says which shades are made where. That seems strange though, that they would make different shades in different plants, or maybe it's the different packaging or something. While I feel like I got a little bit of patchiness on the Huda side, I feel like the color has a little bit more punch to it than what I'm getting on the CColor Cosmetics side. I mean, it's so close though, so close. Let's darken this up a little bit here. I'm gonna go in with that dark brown out here called Cocoa, which is descriptive because it looks cocoa-like. I'm gonna take a little bit of this out here on the outside. I'm trying to decide if I need to do like different content on here other than just makeup. When I originally started this channel, I meant to be like part lifestyle, like I was traveling a lot. I'm taking that same kind of matching cocoa shade, even though it's not cocoa. And this one seems like it's maybe a little lighter, but we'll see what it looks like when it gets on the eyeball. I wanted to do a lot more travel vlogging because that's what's interesting to me, and I feel like a lot of people seem to be very interested in where I was going, whether it was for work or personal. And then a few months after I started my channel, COVID. While I have gone on a couple trips and done some vlogging, some of them I haven't actually edited and posted because I didn't know if you guys would be interested. I don't know. I figure if you're here for makeup, you're probably not interested in where I'm going, unless it's to tie in the makeup in some way, maybe. But if you're just here to talk and get to know me, then let me know, and maybe I'll try to do some more vlogging. My husband and I had talked about, you know, having a channel specifically dedicated to travel and packing in places that we go, and I think that's kind of my original niche was, oh, I'm gonna do a lot of like how to pack, what to take where, how not to drive yourself with packing crazy and stuff like that. I need to go back into that first shade because I feel like I've completely lost it now. So I'm gonna do this on the Huda side, which again is Demure. And I just want to soften up that top edge here. I also have another channel that is a Second Amendment, pro Second Amendment channel where I try out and test various firearms. I've been up there in a long time. I have some new stuff that I want to test out and film for you, or for not you guys maybe because you're probably not here because of that, but originally posted the videos on this channel as part of the trying to find myself, and then posted them also over under the Sidearm Shelly channel. Okay, I need a shimmer on this stuff here. So I'm actually gonna take this one right here, which on the Huda palette is called Fling. I'm gonna take it on my finger. Ooh, very, very creamy. Like you could press too much through it if you're not careful. But it's darker than I thought it was gonna be. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. We're gonna take the corresponding shade over here on my other hand, which is also very, very creamy. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna take a flat brush. It's kind of a bigger flat brush, but I want to take the shade Pink Diamond right here, and we're gonna try to lighten this up right here. I think I like that one better over that hot pink fuchsia color more. I feel like my eyeshadow's a little like confused because it's like, is it warm? Is it cold? This is one in here which does not look very much like the original. It looks darker. Let's see if it is. Yeah, that shade is significantly darker than the original. This is back to, boy, Shell, would have been great if you would have done swatches beforehand to match up your colors. So I think on the original, I just kind of swatched on my hands just to try to see. I think on the original, the Pink Diamond is significantly lighter than the same color in the corresponding palette. Like you can see it has a lot more of like a silver undertone reflect, whereas this is more of like, I would use the one in the CColor palette as more of an all over the lid color. So I'm not finding these are like really, I mean, I've got some kind of good dupe shades, but not others. I'm going to take the color Bubbly, which is like this champagne color, appropriately named. I'm going to take that into the inner corner right here. I feel like I've got kind of a little too dark right here. That's another shade that I feel like is maybe not the same. This feels like it's more of a dark taupe. My battery's blinking at me a little bit here, so I need to kind of hurry this up. I'm going to go in with a darker purple on this Huda palette called Risque. And we're going to take Risque just out here a little bit. Clean it up. Let's take the same shade on the CColor Cosmetic side. And we'll take that down here. Let me put on some mascara, clean up a little bit, and I'll be right back with my final thoughts. Okay, you guys, back with some mascara, and here's my final thoughts on these two palettes. They're very, very similar. You're down too low. The Huda palette, I think, is actually very beautiful. I think it's a good quality. I like the color story. You have enough mattes. Initially, I was like, okay, it seems like there's a lot of the same. I don't know why I originally thought that there was like a lot of the same shades. I think because this one, and this one are all just slight variations of each other. And then when I look in the mirror, or when I look in the viewfinder, I get a lot of these shimmers in here that seem very similar and very light. However, they're like a duochrome. So that's actually very nice to see. I have like this, oh, I have to fix this, sorry. Ignore that discoloration right there. On the CColor Cosmetic side, you know, I've had it longer, and I think it performed very well. There were some slight variations in shades. The one that I used kind of in the inner corner, I think was probably the most discrepancy between the shades, but I think it held up very well. Both have the same sort of feel in the pan. I think I got a little bit more kick up in the CColor Cosmetics one than I did in the Huda Beauty one. But I think that if you're looking for a budget alternative, I think CColor Cosmetics has done a very good job with this match. And I think right now, if I were to see you on the street with my mask on, and after I clean up the discoloration right here, I don't know that you'd be able to tell that I have two different eyeshadows on. So I guess that's kind of a win. Can you get a similar look with a less expensive version, a more economical version? And if the answer is yes, then by all means, knock yourself out. If you'd like to see me come back and try to do 3 looks with either of these palettes, which they're virtually identical, let me know. Leave me a comment down below. If you have either one of these palettes, I would love to know your thoughts on them. Just in general, how do you think about CColor? What do you think about Huda? What do you think about dupes? Inquiring minds want to know. All right, guys. Hope you guys are doing really well. Yeah, take care of yourselves. And man, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I hope you guys are doing really well. And until my next video, bye for now.